I've been a police officer for 28 years. I was involved in a pursuit on the M1. We'd been conducting an ANPR operation, so we were looking for any vehicles of interest, really stolen vehicles, vehicles that had markers against them for a variety of reasons. A flag come up on their ANPR set where the vehicle had been stolen. One of the Rose Police motorcyclists located it just getting onto the M1. We happened to be very, very nearby, so we managed to tag onto the back of the motorcyclist. And the driver got out and sort of stood there with the car door open, had an arm on the roof, and was just looking back at the motorcyclist who was walking towards him. And as he got a bit nearer, he suddenly leant in the car and produced a samurai sword and proceeded to chase the motorcyclist back up the hard shoulder towards our vehicle. And that was almost like one of those surreal moments. You think, am I actually seeing this? This guy stopped at the motorcycle, which was still parked a few feet behind or a few yards behind the car, and started attacking the tyres with this samurai sword. Because we were a little bit further back, he saw and he was up and gone. My undying memory of that particular incident was, as my colleague, we actually managed to get alongside this vehicle, and he had the window down, and I just remember looking across, and I immediately thought, this bloke is off his head on something, drugs, something like that. He's gone. He's not with it at all. Anyway, this pursuit carried on for a couple of minutes, probably a bit longer than that actually, and he span out of control, went back up the wrong way up the motorway, which is an absolute nightmare, crashed into another car, one of our cars, that forced him to crash, so to speak, to protect the public. And he got out and made off across some fields, and he was detained. He was gassed with CS, had very little effect on him whatsoever, and eventually he was just overpowered, still had this sword with him.